Bohemian Rhapsody stars Rami Malek and is supposedly directed by Bryan Singer, although another director was brought in to finish principal photography after Bryan Singer walked out on the project, but he gets final directing credits, so yeah, it's directed by Bryan Singer. And it's the newest biopic of Freddie Mercury and his band Queen. Before I continue, I just want to say if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. With that being said, let's talk about Bohemian Rhapsody. I was really excited to see this movie. I am a big fan of the band Queen. They're some of my favorite songs to listen to, and this movie has had a pretty long history. This film took around 10 years to make. It was originally going to star a few different actors. I remember Daniel Radcliffe, being one of them. And then when I heard Rami Malek got picked to play Freddie Mercury, I thought that was great casting. I haven't seen him in much, but what I have seen him in, he's done a really good job. So I thought he was a great choice to play Freddie Mercury. And when I heard there was a lot of production issues in between that 10 years and now making the film, I got a little worried because recently a lot of films have been going through production issues or studio interference, and a lot of them haven't been that good. So I was really nervous about this movie. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to do the band justice. I wanted to love this movie. And while I did like the movie, I enjoyed it. I loved listening to the music. The performances were good. I felt the movie could have been better, and those production issues that I've heard about really do show in the final product. This isn't a bad movie. I didn't hate this movie because, you know, there's this thing on the internet where if you think something is just all right, you automatically hate it. You have to love it or hate it. And that's not the case with this movie. I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. What they showed on screen was good. I just felt the production issues did show, and the movie could have been better for me. Let's start off what I liked about the movie. Rami Malek gives a great performance. Like I said, I haven't seen him in a whole lot, but this is easily my favorite performance of his. The greatest compliment you can give an actor is if you see them as the character. You see the character. You don't see the actor portraying a character. And I saw that throughout the movie. I saw Freddie Mercury in the movie. I didn't see Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury. So that's the biggest compliment, or at least one of the biggest compliments you can give an actor. And the rest of the members are really good. They had great chemistry together, all the actors. I don't know much about the actual band members themselves, but I will say that I thought they did the band justice. I thought they looked the part, they sounded the part, and they had great chemistry together. It was nice seeing all four of them on screen together. And of course, it'll be a crime if I don't mention the soundtrack of this movie, because it is great. It is the best part of the movie. You know, it has to be. It's Queen music. Queen is one of the best bands of all time, and so many people play their songs, so many people listen to their songs, they still play it on the radio, so of course the music's going to be great. I said to myself, if this movie ends up sucking for me and I absolutely hate it, at least the music's going to be good, and it was. That was the one thing I knew was going to be good before I even saw the movie. I'm not going to spoil anything in this movie because the stuff that I did like is kind of spoilerish, so I'll just say that all the stuff between Freddie Mercury, the band, the music company, all that stuff throughout the movie are my favorite parts of the movie. His, at the time, girlfriend before he found out he was gay. All that stuff were my favorite parts of the movie. Unfortunately, what I didn't like about the movie is the movie felt rushed to me. That's the best word I can describe this movie. It feels rushed because they're trying to cram so much into a 2-hour and 15-minute movie, I think it was. And hearing that the two original band members who are still alive wanted certain things cut out of the movie to either, I can't remember if it was to pay respect to Freddie Mercury or to not make him look like this different person that I don't know if that he was, or they didn't want him to look a certain way, I guess. They wanted to cut that stuff out, and it honestly shows. There were a few times in the movie where something's happening, something of great interest would be happening, and it'll either be cut really quick or just jump ahead to something completely different. It felt like a lot was cut out of the movie, and probably people who see this movie are not even going to notice it or not even acknowledge it, but for me, it was a bit of a distraction. It's mainly the first two acts that really feel rushed for the movie. Once it gets to the middle of the second act, it starts to flow a little better, but those first two acts just felt jumbled together and rushed. The movie also jumps ahead from different time periods. Like, again, without spoiling anything, they'll be on something about Freddy's life, and then it'll jump ahead a couple years. And then it'll continue on for a little bit, and then they'll just cut it at something. And then it'll jump ahead to another couple years. And it's like, what happened during that time period? I thought that's what this movie was going to be about. What happened while the band was together, you know, not just how they wrote. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. Not just how they wrote some of their popular songs and just gloss over a few things of Freddie's life. It feels like they glossed over a lot of stuff. For instance, his family life. Again, without spoiling or going into great detail, it doesn't really show all that much. It gives you a hint of what's there, but it doesn't really show all that much. And that might be one of the things that the band members wanted the filmmakers to take out of the movie. But then again, if you wanted to take certain stuff out of the movie, why even acknowledge it's there? Or at least do it in a better way than just showing it and then cutting to something completely different. It didn't feel cohesive for me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Probably my favorite parts of this movie is when they were writing the songs, particularly when they were recording the song Bohemian Rhapsody. That's probably my favorite part of the movie. It's what they showed most of in the trailer, or at least the first trailer. They showed quite a bit of that part, but it was nice to see the whole scene completed. There was a lot of funny moments, great chemistry throughout the band members. Those parts are probably my favorite parts of the movie. I just wished they didn't rush it. I wish it would have flowed a little better, made it a little more cohesive for me. I don't know, I know a lot of people aren't going to be worried about that. They just want to hear the music and basically see the band. They don't want to, or see the actors be the band. They're not really going to worry about this sort of stuff. And I feel like audience members are going to give this movie a pass because of that. But for someone like me, who's trying to learn more about filmmaking, who is trying at least to learn more about filmmaking, it was a bit of a distraction for me. This movie kind of reminded me of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story a little bit. That movie went through a lot of production issues too, and it kind of follows the same pattern, for me at least. The first two acts felt jumbled, rushed, and not put together properly, and then when you get to the third act, you leave on this giant high note, and everything is really great, and you leave on a high note, and you're like, yeah, that was good. This movie kind of felt the same. I have to reiterate, though, I did like this movie, so what the first two acts showed, I did like overall. It's just me pointing out that they did feel rushed, a little incohesive, and not fully put together properly, and then when you get to the third act, it starts to get better, and then the big concert at the end is... They recreate their concert at Live Aid, and it was a really great concert. They recreated it beautifully, and it was a great moment. You left on a high note, and then you hear Queen's music, and you're like, yeah, Queen! And that's why I think most audience members are going to give this movie a pass, is because you leave on a high note. You're not really focused on the problems that come before the movie. You just want to hear the music, see the band, leave on a high note. And I feel like most audience members are going to give this movie a pass because of it. So I know this review is kind of all over the place, but I'm just being honest about my thoughts. I did like the movie. I have to reiterate this because a lot of people are probably going to say, you hate this movie, I'm going to give you a dislike because you hate this movie. No, I never said once in this review, I hate this movie. I never said once when I saw the movie, I hate the movie. I did like this movie. I'm just acknowledging, for me, there was just room for improvement, and those production issues that happened during the filming really showed in the final product for me. However, again, I did like it. I did enjoy it. I'll definitely watch this movie again. I'll definitely buy the Blu-ray and watch it. I'm just here to be honest. That's why I started my channel, to talk about movies and to be honest with it. I don't want to fake it. I'm going to give Bohemian Rhapsody 3.5 stars. If you're a huge Queen fan, I would say go check out this movie in theaters. You'll probably really enjoy it. But if you're more of a casual Queen fan, like you like their music, but you don't listen to them as much as like other bands that you listen to, I wouldn't say you need to go out and see this movie. I would say you could probably wait until the red box. So if you've guys seen Bohemian Rhapsody, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, click right here. And I'll see you guys next time.